Once again, you have hit Pay Dirt. I'm your host, Brandon Herriott, a.k.a. Beat Dirt, here with your host, Pay Saunders. What's good, Pay?
I can't call it, man. It's been a while, man. I haven't seen you. It feels like a year.
Reunited, and it feels so good.
Always,
Yes.
always.
How did you do in your pick six last week? You took my information and put something together. Do you know how you did? I gotta go back and
I
read it or research it.
I know we agreed on three picks, and one of them failed miserably. Thanks a lot, Chicago Bears. Um,
Oof.
well. Also, thanks a lot to the Baltimore Ravens because they was up to some shenanigans. But
No. I'm gonna say thanks a lot, Chicago Bears. Where's the backdoor cover? It's second and goal from the 1 foot line. Where's my backdoor cover?
I was expecting the backdoor cover too. I was on the road. I was driving down some dirt road in Mexico, Quintana Roo, and I'm trying. I get spotty 4G service. Watching Sunday Ticket, waiting for a backdoor cover, and I wasted all that data. I wasted all that roaming for nothing.
Tim Lyons in the building. Yeah, I'm gonna feel really bad for you being in Mexico last week. I'm not gonna do that.
It did.
We got a good question. We got a good question here. Tim Lyons wants to know, where is Pay's hair at?
On my head. What is this? What is all this stuff you see? I don't understand the question.
It looks like he lost some weight, is what he's saying, I think.
Perhaps. New
you
year, new me.
Ready, huh? You didn't want that. You didn't want the hair sweating down there, or what?
That is one of the things. I wanted to be able to swim in the moor and the rest of the fishes without having to keep redoing my hair. So I thought, you know what, hair's out.
All right, time for a change. I like it.
Mm-hmm. New year, new me.
We are in a little bit of an abbreviated segment, on a little bit of a time constraint on a Thursday here instead of a Wednesday. Yesterday was officially the end of the birthday celebrations with my lovely wife. Great dinner, by the way. Great dinner. Yeah, we did it up. So good stuff. Shout out to Arlecchino here in the South Hills. If you're in Pittsburgh, you know that place is good. Yeah, let's go straight into some college football, man. You know me.
What did you
Big
got for
10.
us?
I'm in the Big 10. We got a little Dragon DraftKings right now. It was doing that to me earlier. Who knows? Lot of weird things going on with the internets these days. But yes, I'm gonna go into some pretty terrible Big Ten football. There's some really good Big Ten football, and then there's some pretty trash. Not a whole lot in the middle. And I'm gonna pick one of these trash games. I got Minnesota -3 at Michigan State. So they're going to East Landfill. And I think Minnesota here goes in. Michigan State is just not good. In a rivalry game against Michigan, they still didn't look good. It is what it is. I'm taking Minnesota here to cover that 3.
While I'm waiting for the board to pull up, I am going to also stay with the Big Ten on my first pick. I am going. I guess it's not really. Well, I'm going to go Ohio State versus Penn State. Ohio State is a big favorite, as they should be, because the Nittany Lions have been, what's the word I want to use? Frauds. even after getting rid of James Franklin, there's still a bunch of what's the word I want to say? Posers. I got them to cover that 20.5. Penn State, they still has quarterback concerns. Ohio State's defense is still legit. I think over 4 quarters, Ohio State is going, their depth and their defense are going to they're going to just lean on these guys. The weight's going to weigh them down. They're going to handle business. 20.5, big blowout in the Big Ten.
Shout out to Ohio State, man. Michigan fan here, kind of, shout out to the haters, but they are one of the only teams out there that have just been throttling people every week. They're not playing close games. So I've won some ducats on Ohio State, so I'm not mad about that one. I am, however, going to pick a team in the Big Ten that has burnt me so far this year, but I think USC's offense is just a little too much for Nebraska to keep up with. USC's going to Nebraska, going to Lincoln, -6. I think this is USC offense is going to get it done here in Lincoln, and I think they win this by 2 scores, not just that tutty. So I'm going to take a USC -6.
That's interesting. Might want to come back to that later, but all right, I've got you USC -6. I've got one more for you. Cincinnati at Utah. Cincinnati is a 7.5 point fave. I think that's a bit of an overreaction from the lines makers, because Utah, they blew a big game last week out there in Colorado. I mean, not that they blew a big game, but they destroyed Colorado because Colorado sucks.
The
I think
largest I heard that was the largest loss in Deion Sanders' history, all the way back to Pee Wee football.
It might be that might be some truth to that, but unfortunately for him, he can't play football. Not because he's the coach and not because he's old, but because he doesn't have enough toes. But back to this game.
He is not 10 toes down.
No, he's not. Cincinnati, I think they're a good football team. The game, I expect this game to be very close. I wouldn't even be mad if you take what I say and say, you know what, I'm gonna put money on Cincinnati to win outright. You might make some more money, but yeah, I got Cincinnati to cover that 7.5. Upset special.
All right, yeah, Cincinnati's been sneaky good this year. Gotta look in some SEC games. Here's another team I think has been underwhelming this year for what they were predicted. South Carolina is going to Ole Miss. Ole Miss just got a nice win, but Ole Miss has played tough against Mississippi State, some teams they shouldn't. I think it's kind of a playing down. And now you got a lot of chatter about Lane Kiffin going on for looking at other schools. And I don't know, there's a little distractions here. South Carolina getting 12.5 points. I think they keep it closer than that. I think they keep this under 10. So I'm gonna take South Carolina plus 12.5.
I'm gonna stick with your. I kind of like that. I'm gonna stick with your SEC swing. I've got 2 of them. I like the Georgia Tech. Well, that's ACC. I meant to say Vanderbilt and Texas. Vanderbilt and Texas. Vanderbilt is a 2.5 point dog. I like Vanderbilt as a dog. I kind of like that, especially as a road dog. I don't know what's going on with Arch Manning. They haven't said he's going to play or not. He's in the concussion protocol. Yeah, so concussions, they're kind of linear unless you're Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy is the only person who can play. Who could come back from a concussion in 48 hours. Everybody else, it might take him some time. It might take him 48 days. So we don't know what this yet. Like I do like. But Texas, I'm sorry, if Texas does not have Arch Manning playing quarterback, I do like Vanderbilt to maybe win. Another upset special for you.
I can dig it. I like Vandy there too. Texas offensive line, not good. They have not played good this year. So that's where I think that I think Vandy can win this outright, to be honest with you. So I have one here in the ACC that you were getting ready to mention here. But I agree here with you. I think the Nerds Georgia Tech going to Raleigh playing NC State. The Nerds are favored by 5.5. Give me some Nerds. What do you think about that?
I was going. We've been doing shows for a while, so yeah, you know exactly what I was about to say. I like the Nerds. This the revenge of the Nerds is coming true. You know, the '80s have been back for a little while, so yeah, I do like Georgia. Georgia Tech is almost a touchdown fave. They're legit, man. Those Nerds they come up with some punches, man. I'm with you. Let's back the Nerds.
Let me give you some good news too. I am pulling up DraftKings here. I will share this when we come back from break. Vanderbilt just went from 2.5 to +3. Get a little more juice for you.
Cash.
So I like that one. I certainly do. And Georgia Tech here, I think, is far superior as far as them. We gave that half point back to on Minnesota, so I got a little excited for no reason. I got a little ahead of myself. Yeah, I think Georgia Tech is going to win here. I would not be surprised if this is also a 2-score game. So, all right. Well, without further ado, we're going to keep this truck rolling because we do have to keep. We're on Pay and I are both on a little bit of a time crunch here, so we're going to go to a quick break. Hear from our sponsors, and when we come back, we're going to dig right in to the NFL. So we'll be right back after a word from our sponsors. And we are back. You have reached Pay Dirt once again. We got our college picks in here. I'm going to attempt to share, see if I can pull this off. Share screen. We're going to pick a window. We're going to pick that. And how we doing?
It's visible.
It is visible. All right. So let me go make sure I didn't miss any here. I think I did. Yeah, I don't have I got Georgia Tech here. I've not seen Cincy yet. Here we go. Cincy +10 now. Gotta love that. Vandy, Texas. Where are we at? Vandy, Texas. That should be the last one. I like this Texas A&M Missouri game. I wouldn't be surprised if Texas A&M throttles them. LSU, Alabama. Do you think LSU gets a little push from a new coach? That sometimes happens.
No. In the NFL, yes, because people are locked into contracts. And in NCAA, these kids, they're like, you know what? Where's my next school going to be? All their mind is on something totally different.
That's a good point. Yeah, where's that transfer portal taking me? Who's got the money? Show me the cash. All right, there we go. I got Vandy in there already. Okay, So let's go to the NFL. We got a Thursday night game getting ready to start here pretty shortly. The Baltimore Ravens going back down to Lamar Jackson's hometown of Miami, playing the Dolphins. Lamar is back from injured reserve, and the Ravens here are favored by 7.5. You got any thoughts on this game tonight?
I have not come off my thought from the preseason that Miami Dolphins are going to be one of the worst teams in the NFL. They are a terrible defense. There are a lot of questions on their offense, primarily with their quarterback. And the Ravens, even though I'm not super convinced about their win last week, I am convinced about their upcoming schedule, and I am convinced about their back to the wall. Right now, they have to win games. They are in a win now mode. This is basically the playoffs for them. So Their desperation, I'm betting on desperation right now for the Baltimore Ravens. I got them to handle all their business. They are What's the line right now? 1.5.
7.5.
Is it still 1.5? Or 7.5. Okay.
Minus 7.5.
7.5. They cover.
All right. I had the Miami Dolphins last week play their best game of the season. This is also Atlanta got down early. The Miami Dolphins defense is terrible against the run. And we had a situation where they could not really get Bijan Robinson the ball as much as they should have. I don't think with the Ravens and Lamar Jackson coming back, we're going to see that. I'm going to do an alternate line here. I'm doing Derrick Henry plus 90 on this rushing yards. That's where I'm at, plus 90. I think we get that easy. We got minus 7.5. So we got a same game parlay here, which will probably end up getting taken out of here. But what do you think about? Do you think? I think we're gonna get over 100 for our boy King Henry. What are your thoughts there?
Oh yeah. It's about time. He had started churning up some things, and the Bears held him to 71 yards. But the week before that, against the Houston Texans, who are a better defense than the Miami Dolphins, they allowed him to get 122. Yeah. I expect last week to just be an aberration along the tracks for the train known as King Henry. I will go over 100 by a lot, but 100 is safe. I like that.
All right, let's go. Great minds think alike here. Not afraid to get burned and go right back to the well one more time. Your Chicago Bears are playing my Cincinnati Bengals. We don't know if Jake Browning's starting. We don't know if Joe Flacco's starting. But what we do know is it doesn't matter as long as they roll that wretched defense out there. The over-under in this game is 51.5. So that lets you know they expect a shootout. Are you picking up that put down?
Yes, I've noticed the exact same thing, and I don't think shootout is the word. I think they expect a clash of two terrible defenses who can't stop a nosebleed. You said you don't know what quarterback is going to be out there. I don't know what defensive back is going to be out there covering Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, the quarterback who I cannot pronounce his name. What's going on? You said Trey Hendrickson backstage. You said Trey Hendrickson looks like a shadow of himself, which means Caleb Williams might have a lot of time to throw. The Bears only have 14 sacks this year. That's towards the bottom of the league. Whoever plays quarterback for Cincinnati is going to have a lot of time to throw too. So shootout may be a little bit of I don't like the connotation behind that word, just based on these two teams. But I do expect a lot of points. The Bears do still. Up until last week, the Bears were the only team in the NFL who have scored 20 in every game. They averaged 25 up until last week. They can, even by fumbling over themselves, they can still get to 25 points. You saw last week that even in a loss, the Cincinnati Bengals put up almost 40.
Yeah, they snatched defeat from the jaws of victory there.
You let a running back throw a touchdown.
They have to be really good with Joe Flacco. I have confidence in Joe Flacco hitting this over, but if for some reason he doesn't play and Jake Browning does, I don't have the over hitting. So I'm leery on that one. I'll tell you what I do like. I like the Bears minus 2.5.
Now the Bears are favored now, huh? A day ago they were underdogs, minus plus 2.5. So I don't know, man. I don't know. 2.5 is very shaky because I think this game can go either way. Like I said backstage, and if you watch us for the Chicago Sports Fan Channel when we did our preseason picks, I expected the Bears to lose this game. That was if the Bengals were fully. Right, it might be
Bears by a tut.
I want to give non-emotional advice here, though. The Bears are extremely banged up on defense. Their offense has been Jekyll and Hyde, very clunky. And if it's one thing I'm certain of between these two teams, I know Cincinnati can score the ball, and I know they can move the ball through the air, most definitely. But if that was the case, I would stay away from that line. I feel the most confident out of this game is that total. I do like 52.5 over.
Oh, it's down to 51.5 over. I'll put it on there. All right. What you got next for me?
I like the Colts. -3 over at the Steelers. So I don't trust Pittsburgh's defense. I think the Pittsburgh's offense has been. I think it looks better than it actually is. Aaron Rodgers still has not averaged 200 yards per game. He looks washed. I've been calling him washed for years, but he looks washed. Hey, call me a hater. I don't care. I would never lie to you. He looks washed. 3 points is not enough for me. I think the Colts win this game by. I think they control this game the whole 60 minutes. 3 points. I think that's candy on Halloween weekend.
Their defense has been porous, and it's been real porous against the run. My fantasy football team likes that. Jonathan Taylor putting up a big year, man. A lot of touchdowns. So I don't mind that one. I didn't have it down, but I kind of dig it. I'm not going to lie. The next game I got, and this is one of those ones that I tend to stay away from, but I had a pretty good feeling about the 49ers going all the way across the country to play the Jacksonville Jaguars. I didn't play it, and they did cover that week, and they did beat them. Now you got a Giants team here with no Cam Scatterboo. I know the 49ers are beat up a little bit too, but looks like Bobby Wagner's going to play. Looks like some of the important pieces for them are going to play. McCaffrey's also having a great year. The only thing I worry about is that that MetLife Stadium turf. Ugh. But I got the 49ers covering -2.5. I like a -2.5 line.
Yeah, their defense now with Scatterboo out, and I kind of like 49ers defense in fantasy. It's kind of a ballsy play. I kind of like them. But in any case, yeah, I want to go with this pick as well. I do like the 49ers in this game. The Giants, they might be a little shell shocked. They don't have a lot on offense. Jackson Dart, while he's getting all the praise and everything, they are really hiding him if you're actually paying attention. They're doing a lot of running with him instead of actually putting him in a position to throw the ball. It was easy to do that when you had Cam Scatterboo out there. Now their lead running back is Tyrone Tracy. Your two wide receivers on the outside are Wallade Robinson and Slayton, Darius Slayton. Yes, exactly. He gets sacked a lot too. So I don't see any more. All the smoke and mirrors is gone. They pulled the curtain back. You can see the Wizard is just some guy pulling strings. Mm-hmm. So our 49ers are definitely going to be the Alice and the Cowardly Lion this weekend.
All right, I dig it. Well, who you got next? Keep pushing.
Up next, I like the Chargers and Titans. Easy money, right? You like easy money. Chargers are 8.5 favorites over those 9.5. To quote Cam Ward, Titans are ass. The Chargers, even though they had a little bump earlier, they're still for real. If they're not for real, they're better than the Titans. 9.5. Again, like I said last game, not enough. Easy money. Stack your parlay.
I can dig it. We got the Sunday night game here is the Seahawks at the Commanders. The Commanders defense hasn't been looking as good as I thought it was going to either. But you know whose defense has looked good? Seahawks. I like the Seahawks -3 here. I don't care if Jaden Davis coming back from an injury or not. I don't think
he's going to play. I know Scary Terry's not going to play. Yes, the Commanders were a 1 year wonder. Not only is the Seahawks defense underrated, their offense is a little underrated as well. And in particular, their aerial offense.
Sam Darnold looks good.
Sam Darnold looks better than he did last year on the KOC. Him and JSN, get DK out of here. We don't need DK. we got a buck out to catch the ball. They are magic. You said the line is 3. Again, not enough. Not enough. I like Seahawks big.
We see that the same way. All right, you got anything else for the NFL?
NFC North, baby. The a rematch from last year, the Detroit Lions and the Minnesota Vikings. The line is 8.5 right now. Last I looked, does it still say 8.5?
8.5 over under 48.5.
Yes, sir. Again, well, this line is just right. Minnesota is reeling a little bit, and Detroit's coming off a bye week. They're going to be. They know exactly what they're dealing with, and they got. JJ McCarthy's coming back to play quarterback. They're gonna make that rookie. They're gonna make that rookie wish he was still on PTO. Detroit BTA special.
Never lost in the state of Michigan.
Well, you know what it is. It is Halloween weekend, so it's a first time for schools. First time for all. Get your scaries in. Detroit belt to ass.
Halloween weekend. Detroit, behave. Don't set the city on fire. Devil's
or
Night.
do or do
serious there. It used to be really, really bad. It's gotten much better. All right. The last thing I'm going to tell you, I've just been printing money this season, betting against the Saints blindly. I don't give a damn who they're playing. Finally, DraftKings said, Brandon, enough. We're giving them 14 points. I still want to take the Rams. But I'm not going to. Instead, I'm not going to put this one in the parlay because it's a little risky. But if you like getting some good odds over there, I'm going to go anytime TD score. I like the matchup here for Mr. Tyler Higbee at plus 400. A little juice on that one. I think we can get a tight end in the end zone against the New Orleans Saints. What do you think?
I kind of like that one, but I think I heard someone say that the New Orleans Saints, their defense against tight ends wasn't that bad. So I think and Puka's coming back this week.
You gonna give him the easy one? Go Puka minus 135.
Puka, yeah, I mean that's safe money, but he's coming back, so he's got to get his targets back up. So I don't know.
I got a feeling from Mr. Higbee.
All right. We like good feels.
All right. Let's go ahead and let's start getting. We got 15 on here. One of them is the same game parlay, so we're gonna go ahead and nix that right away. That's gonna take 2 picks off the Bears and the over. You like the over, I like the Bears, so probably good with that. Let's go up here. We got college. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 college games. I want to try and get it down to 3-ish. Let's go ahead. I'm gonna volunteer myself to nix this Minnesota. I don't like the hook. You know that. That went to 3.5 while I was talking. So we're gonna go ahead. Get rid of Minnesota. So what do you think? Ohio State, you think that's easy money on 21?
Easy money. Ohio State, if it's anything, I will prefer to pull another one other than Ohio State. I think that's the easiest, most lockable pick that we made for college for Saturday.
South Carolina, I could see Ole Miss getting their shit together, if you would, and winning this by 2 touchdowns. I think Georgia Tech's a better play than South Carolina. Would you agree with that?
I agree with that. Georgia Tech is a better play. And I think there's more value in some of the other picks over Ohio State. So let me just preface that. I think Georgia Tech is a more valuable pick. I think Vanderbilt's a more valuable pick. But the line, not the line, but the how close it is to error is where I want to stand out on, especially when we're building this parlay. I want to go for more solid picks. That's why I'm taking Ohio State over the other ones. I do like the juice. I will take them separately, but on this parlay, let's Let's keep it back.
Do you like Vanderbilt at +3 better than Cincinnati at +10 going out to Utah?
I like Cincinnati but more.
Okay. What about Georgia Tech there versus Vanderbilt? Which one do you like better there?
G-Tech.
So we're going to get rid of Vandy then.
Yeah, yay for the nerds.
One nerd parlay. We know the rules. Can't have two nerds. All right. So we have Derrick Henry. We have the Baltimore Ravens. We have the Colts, the 49ers, the Chargers, the Seahawks, and the Lions, -8.5. Out of those, which one do you think is the sketchiest?
Well, you already know we got it next. You got a rule here, B. There's SGP. Got to nix it.
So we're gonna go Ravens and the +90. We got them out. So now we're down to 8. We just got to get 2 out of here. Man, it's pretty. I like picking against the Giants. I like picking against the Titans. I like those two best probably out of what we got here. And I didn't have the Chargers originally. You talked me into that one. I like that. I think they win that game by at least 10. This feels like one of those Colts versus Steelers. Is that something where we see Tomlin pull a rabbit out of the hat? Because he wins games like that, and he loses games that he should win. That's a weird one to me. I don't know. Again, we've done a lot of shows together. We kind of see things the same way. Again, we'll go back to where we want to mitigate risk. Tomlin, he does things that he wins games he ain't no business winning. He also goes on loser streaks that he ain't no business going on. They're already I think they've lost 2 in a row. Yep. Does it go to 3? Perhaps. Is it by 3? I made the argument that it will be more. Yeah, you can also see it could. It could also be a push. You don't understand that. We don't want pushes. We want to get our money. So let's save ourselves the embarrassment. Let's do that on the side. Let's pull it out of the parlay. All right. So we need one more to take out here. I propose we've got 2 large spreads here over 7 points. We got the Lions, Vikings -8.5 here for the Lions favored, and we've got the Chargers at the Titans -9.5. I propose we get rid of one of the larger spreads. What do you say to that?
Even though I do think Detroit is 10 points better than the Minnesota Vikings, that's the opportunity for the Vikings to make that a lot closer, just because it's a rivalry game. And if you put it up against the Chargers, against the ass Titans, the Tennessee asses, it's an easy call.
Are you talking me into nixing the Seahawks game instead?
No. Between those 2 games, between Detroit and Minnesota, between Chargers and the Tennessee asses, I would take the Chargers game each time.
Okay. All right. So here we go. We're going to get rid of that Lions to mitigate the risk, and we have our pick 6. Here is plus 4,834. We have Ohio State -20.5. We got the nerds of Georgia Tech -5.5. We have the Cincinnati Bearcats +10. Going into the NFL, we have the 49ers -2.5 at the Giants. We have the Chargers -9.5 at the Titans. And we have the Seahawks -3 at the Commanders, taking some roadies there. But I like those 6. What are your thoughts?
What's our odds?
Plus 4690 now.
I love it.
OSU +20 now. I love it. All right, folks. We appreciate you guys rocking with us as always. I know we went through them a little bit faster than normal. Kevin Tate here says, did I miss the Bengals versus Bears pick? Yes, you did, Kevin. And I took the Bears, and Pay took the over, which means we had a same game parlay, so we nixed that out of there. I think the Bengals are hot duty on defense, so I expect the Bears to win that. You want to tell the folks where they can see you next, or any of the final words on the way out?
Final words are enjoy football while it's here. It's already we're already halfway through the season. It feels like we just started this thing. So make sure when you're watching the games this weekend, don't overindulge on Halloween candy and you end up snapping through all the games. Pace yourself. Get all the football in that you possibly can. Also, if someone slips you drugs in your Halloween candy, thank that person.
Yes, I'm a big guy. I take 2, please and thank you. I will say this. We nixed the travel plans for the Michigan Purdue game. Been a lot going on. Both of us have been, me and my wife have both been kind of fighting some illness, so we decided to nix it. So I will be live from right here with the homies. So should be a good one. And maybe, just maybe, I can get Tate to talk a little bit about the World Series as well. So looking forward to that. Get those bets in, get this money in. Catch us out next week. I believe we'll be back to Wednesday, our normal scheduled time. But you never know. Pay and I, busy, but we're making sure we get our picks out here for you. So catch us next week. Keep an eye on that notification, and you can hit pay dirt.